по-русски. Это приложение для синтезатора aPolyvoks. Это хорошо? Да. Это хорошо. Давай. First of all, I want to say thank you to Doug Woods from the Sound Test Room because he recently made a video on aPolyvoks. You see, when aPolyvoks came out back in 2019, I think it was 2019, well, it didn't have support for AUv3. Now it does because it was recently updated, which is nice to see that the developer is still working on this thing, even though it's a free app. So yeah, thank you, Doug Woods, and also thank you to the developer for updating aPolyvoks. Now, aPolyvoks is a very straightforward app and very simple interface to use. What I want to do in this episode, however, is highlight some of the stuff that aren't here for those of you who are looking for a Polivoks clone or a Polivoks-like app. So just like on the original, you have the oscillator controls right here called generators. So pitch controls over here, waveform shape controls over here, and then two modulation controls. And these will allow you to modulate the pitch of these oscillators with the help of an LFO, and the LFO controls can be found up here. Now, Generator 2 has a detuning knob, which works like a fine-tuning knob. And then on Generator 1, well, you have the option of modulating its frequency with the frequency of Generator 2, basically cross-modulation or FM modulation. Now, right below the oscillators, you have the mixer where you can set the levels for generator 1 and 2, and you also have a level knob for the noise. Now, one thing I could note here is that if you're looking for a original recreation, well, the original Polivoks could actually process external audio. And on the original, you would find the mixer knob for the external input. That's missing here. So you cannot process sounds through the aPolyvoks app. Now, if we have a look at the filter section, well, you have the controls for the cutoff frequency and resonance right here. You can modulate the cutoff with the LFO through this knob. And then you also have an ADSR envelope, and you can control the level for the envelope with this knob here. Now, here we have a few things that are missing that are very important if you are looking for that original Polivoks sound. So the first thing I want to mention is there is no bandpass filter. The filter in aPolyvoks is a low-pass filter. And if you look at the original one, well, one of the most distinctive sounds in that one was the sounds it could make through the help of the bandpass filter in there. Now, I would say that the low-pass filter that is still in aPolyvoks, it still has that gritty, gnarly, nasty, awesome filter sound that the original has. But without that bandpass filter, well, there's always going to be something missing. Now, the last few things missing, you see, the original Polivoks had these two different modes for the envelopes. You could either run them as a regular ADSR envelopes, or you could switch them over to a triggering mode, like an auto trigger mode, basically creating looping AD envelopes. Now, another two things missing: the gate switch, gate on switch for the main amp, and also the ability to use the LFO to modulate the amp output. Now, there are a few more things missing. You see, the original Polivoks had a Paraphonic Mode, where you could switch it over from a one voice mode, where both oscillators are being triggered when you're playing a note, to a two voice mode, where you can play two keys at once, and you're basically getting an oscillator per key. I want to clarify something here, because it might be looking as if I'm, not liking the app, and that's not the case. I absolutely love the app, and I think it's amazing that the developer is giving away something like this as an audio unit for free. That's pretty sick. What I am doing is highlighting what's missing for those of you who are looking for a pure Polivoks experience, because without the loopable envelopes you won't be able to do those complex polyrhythms you can do on the original one, and the lack of a bandpass filter is a pretty big thing when it comes to the Polivoks sound. But I absolutely love the app, so don't think anything differently. Now, there have been a few things added, like the ability to map Midi, and you can find that over here. I think it's a bit cumbersome, mapping Midi like this, but it's here and the app is free, so I'm not gonna complain. And of course, the original Polivoks did not have a preset list, but this one does right here. It's even easier mapping stuff when you're using a Polivoks as an AUv3 in something like AUM or any other app that supports AUv3s. Like, as you can see here, I've built a macro where I'm controlling all of the knobs here in the generators with just one. And if you need any help with that, I did release a video about how to do that. To the developer, why don't you set up a PayPal or something so that we can donate to you or something like that? I want to support your work, and I know that a lot of people in the community want to support developers that do stuff like this. This sounds great. Everybody should have it. Yeah. If you like this content, you want to see more like it, then leave a like down below. And if you didn't like this comment, then comment on the thumbs down. Now, before you leave, why don't you leave a comment down below and tell all of us reading in the comment section if there are other apps like the Polivoks apps here, emulating old Russian synthesizer gear, because I would love to find out about it, and I know a lot of other people would love that too. Now, if you want to support me in any other way, you got the Patreon, PayPal things over here on the side, and all comments and ratings are very much appreciated. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it.